You want to have a winning mindset? I will show you the Sudoku techniques you need to confidently approach and solve championship Sudoku puzzles. Click below if you want to give this puzzle a go. And with that, it's solving time. Look at where a 4 can go here in block 1. You have these two 4s in columns 2 and 3, and this 4 in row 1. Only place for a 4 is right there. Greetings, friend. This is round 6, puzzle 4, the 2024 Sudoku Grand Prix. This is a perfect puzzle to show you how to adopt a winning Sudoku mindset and make puzzles like this much easier. You'll need it if you want to solve this green cell and the rest of the puzzle. So we're going to go up here in block 2. You may notice with this one coming up column 4 and this one cutting across row 3, there's only 2 possibilities for a 1. So I'm going to mark that. I'll actually color it. This makes the ones a pointing pair. And the marking I did is called Snyder notation. Anytime in 3x3 block, 2 possibilities for a candidate, mark it in case we solve one of these cells, you can solve the other right away. I call this a pointing pair because you see you have Snyder plus one other 1 here. And what it means is the 1s are restricted in block 2 to column 5. And so you cannot put a 1 anywhere else in column 5. If you put a 1 here, here, or here, you'd have no place to put a 1 in block 2. So we can use that to know that a 1 can't go there, and it can't go here because of this 1. And so you can solve this cell for a 1 using that pointing pair. Very helpful in championship Sudoku like this. And what we did here is we're just looking at 1 digit at a time. You're just considering the 1s for now. If we move on to the 2s, we're just going to look at just the 2s. You might notice that 2 cuts across row 3 and it comes up column 4. And so actually this 1, 2 are in the same row and in the same column. And so the 2s are restricted to the same spots as the 1s. So this is a bonus tip. By considering both of these digits together, you notice the 1, 2 creates a Snyder on top of each other, I call it. And what that means is you found a hidden pair. Now, the 1 and 2 have to be somewhere in block 2, but they're restricted to the same 2 cells. So no other candidate can go there. And that's the only marks you can make with the 2s at this time. Let's move on to the 3s. You may notice with these 2 3s and this 3, we can put Snyder 3s in block 6. And then with these 2 3s and this 3, you can put Snyder 3s in block 8. And with the 4s, with these 2 4s and this 4, you have Snyder 4s in block 2, and then in block 6 with these 2 4s and this 4, you're going to notice Snyder on top of each other again. So you found another hidden pair, and this isn't the last hidden pair you're going to see in this puzzle. So when you start considering 2 digits at a time, you're going to make much more progress in puzzles like this. This is puzzle 4, a little bit harder than puzzles 1, 2, and 3 that I've showed you previously. So you got to be able to find these types of hidden pairs. Consider 2 digits at a time in your solving. Okay, that's all we can do for the 4s. The 5s, with these 2 5s, you can solve for 5 in block 9, get some low-hanging fruit here. And the 6s, you're going to get a lot of solving here. With these 2 6s and this 6, you can put a 6 right there, displacing that Snyder 4. That's very helpful for us. All right, with these 2 6s and this 6, solve for 6 right there. And then with this 6 and these 2 6s, you can put Snyder 6s right here. And then with these 2 6s and this 6, Snyder 6s in block 9. Looking at the 8s. Now, because of this hidden pair, these 2 8s, an 8 can't be here anymore. You can actually make a solve for an 8. Very helpful. And then with this 8 and this 8, we have Snyder 8s here in block 8. So this could possibly be an 8. We'll see if it is. We want to keep moving on. This cell is pretty critical to the solve of this puzzle. In 9s, with this 9 and this 9, you can do solve a 9 in block 1. And now with these 2 9s, we have Snyder 9s in block 4. All right, you want to kind of go back through the grid, see if there's anything else we can do since we made some solves, put some hidden pairs in there. You may notice that with this 3 and this 3, the 3s are limited to these 2 cells in block 3. It makes them a pointing pair. So this pointing pair of threes and this three, now you can put Snyder threes in block 1. And I want you to know that you may be able to solve hard Sudokus and champion Sudokus like this sooner than you think. I offer monthly reward puzzle packs featuring hard strategies. And what this means to you is you get to learn and practice new techniques in a fun way. Join the Smarty Party like my new member Dawn, and I'll send you my monthly puzzle pack. And if you solve them and give me the correct solution, I'll give you a video shout out, just like Yoshi Broshi, Aaron Wells, Carol Emmerich, and John Brown, who all solved my July reward puzzle pack. Click on the pinned comment below to join the Smarty Party today. And now I'm about to reveal my best tip to adopt a Sudoku winning mindset. First, you want to notice is what's going on here in block 3. Okay, you might see that you have this 1 and 2 right there. And so they can't be in these 3 cells, right? So the 1s and 2s would be restricted up there. So you could see this and go, hey, we have a 1-2 hidden pair. That's huge. The other way to look at this, and what's really critical here, is what's in these 3 cells. Can't be 1 or 2, can't be 4, 5, or 6, and it can't be an 8. So this has to be a 3, 7, 9. And what's neat about this is now you have yourself a naked triple. And this can't be a 7, this can't be a 3, but you also have a locked triple. And so you could have seen this as a 3, 7, 9 naked triple and then notice that these 1, 2s have to go into spots. But a locked triple means that the 3, 7, 9 naked triple is not only a naked triple for the block, but also for the row. And so now these 2 cells cannot contain a 3, a 7, or a 9. And since you already have a 1, 2, 4, and a 6 in the row, this has to be a 5 or an 8. So it's huge. You need to find this either through a hidden pair or a naked triple. And at this point, you're now considering 3 different digits, 3, 7, 9, in making that deduction. And this tip I'm going to reveal to you, it's going to help you approach Sudoku differently. You're going to solve puzzles like this much faster and more accurately. And I love giving tips like this. And sometimes my viewers love it so much, they buy me coffees like Alice, Michael Seeger, MH95035, Yuri, Hans, Ross, Denny, Gert, James, Dobrina, Mike, and Simon. They all bought me coffees this last month. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And so now you can look here in row 1, and with this 1, 2, this is a naked pair, which means 1, 2 can't be anywhere else along the row. So this is now a 7, 8 naked pair. Okay, I wanted to kind of show that to you. And we're going to be able to get to do some more solving. And then you might notice, where can the 7s go here in block 2? Well, they're now restricted to these 2 cells. All right, so I'll put Snyder 7s right there. And now, because of that, you have a pointing triple of 7s here. And so with this 7, the 7's got to be in one of these 2 spots. All right, we're getting really close here to solving this green cell and revealing my best tip here. About the 4s, where can they go down here? Well, what you might notice is that with these 2 4s and this 4, the 4s are restricted to these 2 cells, and this is what's going on here. And so what you might see here is you have the Snyder on top of each other, 3 and 4, but you got this 3rd digit, an 8. Whenever you see this situation, you're going to be able to make a solve, because this has to be a 3, 4 hidden pair. And so this 8 can't be here anymore, because if you put an 8 there, you'd have no place to put the 3 and the 4 in block 8. So you can displace those Snyder 8s and solve our wonderful green cell for an 8. And now I want to reveal my best tip for winning at Sudoku. And before I do that, I do have an exciting announcement. I got to tell this first. This is going to change Smart Hobbies YouTube channel forever. I love using this channel to help you turn your passing interest in Sudoku into a fun and enjoyable hobby. And thanks to you, I'm taking this channel one step further. We can do even more good together in this world. I have decided to donate a portion of all of my proceeds from this channel to Agape International Missions, also known as AIM. This is an international organization dedicated to fight human trafficking around the world. I'll show my volunteer efforts with AIM and more on that on my Smart Hobbies Instagram page. You can follow that through a link in the description and follow me. And now, during my monthly shoutouts, I'm going to tell you how much I'm donating to AIM. This month, we raised $25 to help fight human trafficking. I know that's not much, but that's just going to grow. And I want to thank you so much for your support. And now my best tip to you is what helped us get to this spot of the green cell is to consider more than one digit at a time. We start off doing the Snyder notation individually, but once you start seeing these hidden pairs, this is a key to solving these Sudoku puzzles, these championship puzzles better, adopt that winning mindset, and then move on to even 3 digits like we did with the 3, 7, 9. Once you start seeing these not just as singles, but also as pairs and triples as you're doing your solving, you're going to have that winning mindset you need to get through a puzzle like this. So we solved this 8. What does that do for us? Well, it displaced the Snyder 7, so we can solve that cell for a 7. And now with this 8 here, solve that for 5, solve that for an 8. Let's see how far this takes us. That's got to be a 7. That's got to be an 8, displacing that Snyder 7. So far, we're looking pretty good. After doing that, look here, you got this full house. So we're only missing one digit, A2. And now this 2 and this 2 means we can solve for 2 in block 7. And then with these 2 7s, you can solve for 7 here in block 7. And you're going to create one more hidden pair, right? Because you can put the 7s there. That'd be a 7, 9 hidden pair. Huge. And once you do that, you know immediately you can solve this puzzle. This cell right here, it has to be a 5. Okay, and then with this 5, you can solve this cell for a 5. And then with these 2 5s, you can solve for 5 right here. And take these 2 5s and solve for 5 right there. I don't see a 5 up in block 1. So that's got to be a 5 displacing the Snyder 3. You see how quickly you start making solves once you start looking for more than one digit at a time. And this 3 and this 3, we're going to do a little more solving here. So that's got to be your 3 there. Disambiguating the 4, 3 right here. And now we can start sweeping the blocks, I call it. So when you clean one block out at a time. This has to be a 9 because I don't see a 9 in there. And then you look in here, I'm looking for a 1 and a 6. I got my 6 right there. So here's your 6 and there's your 1. So we just swept out block 7. And now with this 6, you can displace that Snyder 6 and solve this cell for a 6. We know this has to be an 8 because we have a full house right there. And then what else could we do? I don't see a 1 yet. Well, that's got to be your 1. This is going to be your 2. We can't do the 7, 9 just yet, but we'll remember that and get back to it. This is what I call a one-step restriction. It means we're just one digit away from solving both these. We need to find a 7 or a 9 in one of these cells over here. But we can't take these 2s and solve this cell for a 2. And then with this 2, you can solve for a 2 right here. And you're going to be able to disambiguate these 1, 2s up here. That's 1 and 2. That's a 2 and a 1. And we just swept out block 2. Looking good. And now we can come across here and go, hey, I solved that 6. Displace the Snyder 6. 6 goes right there. I don't see a 1 in row 7. And so now we can sweep out block 9 here. All right. I don't see a 4 in row 8. And then the only digit left is a 9. Awesome. All right. And then with this 4, you're going to be able to disambiguate 3, 4 right there. And this 3, we can sweep out block 3. That's a 9. That's a 7. That's a 3. The experts like doing this, so now they don't have to worry about this part of the puzzle anymore. And then with these ones, and this one, we can chip away at block 6. That has to be a 1. With this 7, that's going to be your 7. That's going to be your 9. Now that one-step restriction is satisfied. You can put the 7 and 9 right over there. And then with these 2 9s, I don't see a 9 in block 5. With these 2 7s, I don't see a 7 in block 5. And our last digit is an. Now challenge yourself to apply the techniques you just learned to win against this next puzzle. Thank you so much for watching.